So both of you guys did the rounds last week, MLS Media Day, and this is going to be we're going to start with Matt Turner.
Okay.
We got some sound from Matt Turner on competition with the U.S. men's national team. We're going to listen to that, and then obviously, Chuck, you can expand on maybe some other things that he said. But then Tones, obviously, we want you to chime in on his chances for the World Cup. Let's take a listen at this first one now.
When you're talking about the national team, it's the competition with you and Matt Freese and Klinsmann and Schulte. So as you're going through this season, how are you looking at this competition? What's going to get you further? Can you relate back to the younger Matt Turner when he's competing with Zach Steffen, for instance? How do you kind of balance that competition?
Yeah, I'd say it's always challenging. Competition's great though. It pushes you to be better. It helps you stay accountable week in and week out. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the challenges that are ahead. And to that Matt Turner from 4 years ago, I'm the same guy. You know what I mean? And that's what I have to, or had to, because I've done it. I had to remind myself, and that really helped when I came back to the Revs. I had a pretty solid 9 games that I played, and that is going to help me, come January or come February when the games start and the preseason's going, to be on the front foot. And that's what I want to do. I think I have it all in my control. I have the experience. I have the self-belief. I have the belief I know of my teammates. I know I have trust from the coaching staff because they've shown it to me by playing me in games in important moments for them. So I got nothing to lose. And for me, it's kind of feels a little bit like that time because I'm just really, really excited and looking forward to the challenges that are ahead.
So, Chuck, do you feel like now kind of reading body language, right? You get to see him, maybe talk to him off camera a little bit, that this is actually going to be a good thing for Matt Turner. Like, we're going to see a really challenge, because sometimes I say this, let me give some context. I had a tough time after I made the World Cup team in 2006, where I was kind of the underdog, right? I had everything to gain and nothing to lose. And then after that tournament, it was the opposite. I was then expected to be the guy. And that was something I just never had to deal with throughout. Yes, at the club level, but for the national team, it just felt like, wow. And I struggled with it, and I internalized it, didn't talk to people about it, and I should have. And that's a different conversation we could save for another show. And I struggled with it. But I feel like Matt Turner in this moment, based on what I'm hearing, is that he's ready for that challenge. Yeah, maybe he had a little bit of time to work through an emotional process, feeling down that he's not the number one anymore. But I think a challenge, ready to go Matt Turner is only good for Schulte and good for the whole goalkeeping situation for the U.S.
Yeah, I think in Turner's mind, he is the number one. That's how he has to think. If you're really going to go after it, Tony, you can attest to this. You can't believe you're second string. You got to believe, hey, I'm a starter. I'm a starting goalkeeper. How many times did Tony have to go against Friedel and Casey Keller and Tim Howard and a number of top goalkeepers? But you have to firmly believe you're the best of the bunch. And the only thing you have to do to show it is put together consistent performances. So I think in his mind, he thinks, I'm going to come into this season, 2026, and be an absolute beast. And with important performances, I'm going to rise up to, where it's undeniable that they have to give me a chance. And he's thinking if he has a strong first month and a half, that he'll get one start in one of those friendlies between Portugal and Belgium, and that he'll continue that performance into May. And then he's putting himself in a position to be the number one. I think that's what he believes. And he has to believe that if he really wants a chance to be the number one. Again, Matt Freese is in the driver's seat right now. So it's going to be a challenge. And Matt Freese, again, has to stay consistent, because it's another thing chasing the number one spot, getting the number one spot, and then keeping the number one spot through this first 6 months.
All right, Big Tones. We're now getting out of your way. We want to hear from our resident goalkeeper about Matt Turner and the situation with the goalkeepers.
I had the chance to interview both him and Matt Freese down there at MLS Media Day. And the one thing that stuck out to me was neither of them think like anything's locked and loaded, right? Like they both think that they got a battle. The one thing that stuck out, they both at some point said 6 months is a long time, right? Anything can happen in 6 months. Matt Turner talked about the change. I guess it was we had a Winter World Cup, but 6 months before the 22 World Cup compared to what it looked like at the World Cup, right? There was big changes. They both said they've got to be consistent. They've got to make plays. I think I asked Matt Freese, I said, are you comfortable in your body? Saying you're the number one goalkeeper. He was humble about it. Matt Turner did this prior to the 22 World Cup. And I said, I want a guy to go, no, man, I'm the effing number one guy, man.
Right.
I'm the guy. Like, I'm your guy. Like, I don't want to hear, like, I never said, oh yeah, Casey's training well every day, or Brad Friedel's breathing down my neck, or Tim Howard's the young guy. Like, I hope that they never said it either, and I'm sure they never did. Like, I want one of them to go, no, I'm the best guy here. It's Mauricio Pochettino's decision in the end, but I'm the guy. I'm your guy, man. You want to win games, I'm your guy. Like, you might not say it in those words, but you understand what I'm getting at, right? Like, I want you to believe that you're the guy all the time. There's only one position, right, for the goal. It's not like you can mix it up. There's one guy. Every other position, you can add another guy if you think. You can put two forwards on if you want. Like, this is it. And I think Charlie nailed it, right? Matt Freese in the driver's seat. I think we all know that. But I've also said this whole time, and you guys could attest to it, because I said I think Matt Turner's going to have a say in the end. He's at least going to give Mauricio Pochettino something to think about, because the one thing Matt Freese can't substitute is World Cup experience, right? It's not his fault. He just doesn't have that in his bag yet. We might be saying in 2030, Matt Freese has World Cup experience. We might say that. But that's the one thing that I get caught up on, because I know how difficult it was the first time around, and how much more comfortable you felt at home. And I happened to be at home for the second World Cup that I played in, how much more comfortable you feel in the second World Cup. So, I don't know how this thing's going to turn out. If I had to bet today, Jimmy and Chuck, I put my money on Matt Freese. This is how it's going to turn out. But if you told me in July of 26 that something changed, look what happened in 2002. Man, it was Casey, and then it was me, Casey, and Brad the whole time. It was Casey, until the end, where Bruce Arena said, hold on, Brad's playing. I'm thinking Brad's playing a little bit more consistent. I like his shot-stopping ability. I like the fact that he's long and direct and can be with his feet. All of a sudden, everything changed for Brad Friedel. Brad Friedel wasn't the guy before the 2002 World Cup. He was unbelievable in the 2002 World Cup because a coach said, oh, man, I see something a little bit different here, and I'm going to make a change. We don't know Pochettino, right? We don't know. He could make a change.
Right.
So yeah, it's a tough call. I'd put my money on Matt Freese, but I wouldn't be surprised if anything changed. I hope it doesn't. I hope they go and battle, and they're great in the beginning of the MLS season, and they're battling, and then we're like in whatever May or whatever that last game is before the World Cup. We're like, man, these guys are playing great. I love the battle. Like, I don't want to go into it going, man, neither guy, they don't look sharp, Like,
yeah, that would be the concern.
That's where I want to be.
Oh, look at you. You got to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. So if you want more average to good content, then you know where to go find it. Go peruse our channel, then hit like, then hit subscribe, and of course, turn on your notifications so that you never miss a show. We'll see you next time.